Hey folks, Sega Sonic Fan here with another repair video for your Technics 1200. This video is sponsored by, no, it's not sponsored by anybody, but it's in large part thanks to a user named Viper Frank. He created the most wonderful video for how to fix your Tonearm height adjustment. And it's a two-part video. I highly recommend it. I'll try to put it in the description if I remember. And so this is just kind of just a little bit of add-on, little bit of extra detail for part of the work that he shows in that video. Highly recommend that video. I have the Tonearm assembly taken apart here. This is he does say this job's easy. I would not say it's an easy job personally, just because of all the chances of problems you can have. Breaking your clip here. I mean, it's whenever you're working on this Tonearm, it's you got to go real slow and be real careful. You're not gonna jack up your bearings and other things. And so it's it's kind of an intermediate fix, but it's one that's important nonetheless. So I've already taken this apart as he shows in his video. You thread it to the right and take this out. And the little extra detail I just wanted to show is I'm using just a paper towel and some isopropyl 91% alcohol. And what I'm doing is I'm removing all the grease and crap that's been in here for 30 or 40 years. This is from an MK2. And then the extra mile step that I went to, if you can look in here, the threadings are really, really fine. And so the extra step that I'm taking is I'm going through here with, this is a dental tool, but you could probably use a toothpick as well. And I'm cleaning out just the little, that's actually not in a thread, that's just a, just, it's not actually gunk, it's just discoloring in the silver finish. But yeah, what I went through, I actually got pretty much all of it. And I went through and you'll see little extra bits of gunk. There was actually a little shard of metal in here, believe it or not. And, these threads are so fine that it really pays to go through here. You don't have to apply a ton of pressure. If you're using a wooden toothpick, it's probably even better because metal on metal, of course, can cause problems. But, go through there and really clean out that track, very gently after you've used your paper towels with the isopropyl alcohol. And then do the same for this track. You'll see this is what my paper towel looks like afterwards. It's pretty nasty. This is really old grease. And he recommends using WD-40. That might work. I'm not going to say that it won't, but I am actually a big fan of using silicone grease. This is used in lots of electronics. It's cheap. You do have to usually order it overseas, but it's really good stuff. It's like kind of a, I don't know all its different properties. I'm not like a chemist or anything, but I do find that it's a, sorry for the camera shaking, trying to get a better position. I do find that it's a really high quality, long lasting, and it doesn't seem to, because it's not as runny as regular WD-40, it seems like it's a lot better suited for electronics, honestly. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that really, the lighting. But yeah, it's not runny at all. And it doesn't have the coloring. I don't know, it's not like motor grease either. It's just kind of its own thing. It's just really different, which is why it's called silicone grease. Anyway, it's good stuff. I really recommend it for these kind of jobs. I've used these previously in laser assemblies for the gears and stuff in laser assemblies, and that's where I think, one thing they're very good for. Lastly, I'll say when you're working on this, make sure to use a pillow or just be very, very gentle with your Tonearm. Definitely lock it in place. Don't drink coffee when you're doing this kind of work, like sudden movements. You could knock this Tonearm and break something. It's a delicate job, as most stuff is when you're doing mechanical repairs, and especially mechanical repairs on a turntable with all sorts of springs and bearings and craziness. So, yeah, have fun fixing your Tonearm. I'm not going to go into all the details with, check out Viper Frank's video. It's way better than mine, obviously. I just wanted to show that extra little detail with the threads and using a toothpick or this tool to really get in the grime and then apply some of this. I'm going to apply this, by the way. I wouldn't recommend, I guess you could do a Q-tip or or something to apply this, but I'm one of those people that's just I really err on the side of caution as far as getting little bits of those little fibers that are on the end of the Q-tips, or even like the fibers from a paper towel. I'm going to go through this with a cloth, a microfiber cloth afterwards, after cleaning it with the alcohol. Then I'm going to apply the grease, probably with a Q-tip, and that way there won't be any little extraneous little fibers. And that matters a lot more here than most threadings, just because these threadings are really thin. I mean, we're talking like maybe 2 millimeters, 1.5 millimeters, really thin stuff. So you want to take extra. I mean, you don't want to. I guess it's optional, but I want to make sure this thing's really butter smooth and is going to be lasting for decades longer. Thanks for checking this out. This is Sega Sonic Fan signing out.